the taunting emphasis in the NFL.
Oh, gosh.
What's the word for it? It blows. Here's the reason why. Let me just put as fine a point on this as I possibly can. Because last night in the Monday Night Football game, Darren Waller was being shut out. And that's tough to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's the defense or Carr was only going what the defense was showing him, and it wasn't Darren Waller.
No targets in the first quarter.
Or Carr didn't have enough time, or everything that was going on from the delay of the start of the game to the way that the game was unfolding. Quarterbacks can sometimes not go to their security blanket for various reasons. And Steve Levy even said, there hasn't been a pass thrown to Waller tonight. I haven't called his name yet. And then sure enough, boom. Pass to Waller. And he catches it, and he goes out of bounds on the sideline of the Chargers and spikes the ball. Now, it was clear when he spiked it that it wasn't in the face of anybody. Like, he didn't turn to them, and he didn't spike the ball at them and yell at them.
Nope.
It was clearly one of those, like, I'm the man. Here we go.
Let's go.
I'm fired up by my play. And boom, ball gets spiked. Out comes the flag. Because the rule is you cannot spike the ball in the opposing team's bench area. It will be just construed, viewed as an act of taunting because it's done in the bench area. Even though you can take it case by case, as one should, when one's job is to be discerning, as an official should be. And mistakes can get made, sure. But when you're doing a 15-yard penalty on somebody, you're throwing it, you're taking them back 15 yards, you better be damn sure that this is happening. And it was obvious. It was just him getting hyped up as his first catch of the night. They flagged him 15 yards. And that blows. And the problem with that is again, you are putting the officials in the position of identifying something that is subjective as something that is a penalty, which is something that should be codified, written out, identified through the rules of the game. And I understand the rule is you cannot spike the ball in someone's bench area, and that by those rules, that's a taunting penalty. But come on. Taunting is also in the eye of the beholder. And what you've done in the NFL with this taunting emphasis is you've taken the concept of targeting. Is it targeting? Is it not? I don't know. I know what the rule is. I know what they're supposed to say. Is it around the head or neck? Is it something that was launching? All of that stuff. Targeting is some rule, well-intentioned, yes. Like the taunting emphasis, yes. I don't want to see somebody standing over another guy and bark at him. I don't want to see somebody take a football and throw it at another guy just because he just beat him. I don't want to see any sort of verbal abuse standing over somebody, clearly in somebody's face. That is not what we want. That we want out. But when you take the concept of targeting, like I intend to hurt you based on the way I've launched myself at you, and that, as we know, on all levels of officiating, we have had trouble getting consistency of these calls. You're now taking that concept and applying it to celebrations and taunts. You're targeting an opponent with your celebration. Thus, that's a taunt. Now you've got all sorts of problems identifying what a taunt is just for that alone. And it blows. And it stinks. And you're now, as officials, targeting someone who's celebrating. You're targeting, not the player. You, the officials, and the supposed, as Steve Levy called them, hip young coaches like McVay and Kyle Shanahan. I don't think those guys want celebrations out of the game or I'm the man type moments, chest pounding, even though you use the ball to spike it. They don't want that out. They want the garbage out. So why can't officials separate the wheat from the chaff here? Why are they having such problems doing it? They're the ones on the field. They hear the guys talking. They know what it sounds like. They should know what it looks like. And what Darren Waller did last night, yes, by the rule book, you cannot spike it on an opposing team's bench because on that regard, you're just assuming that the spike, the celebration of a spiked football, is intended to taunt those that are right there in front of them en masse because it's their bench. But you could see last night, he was faced towards the opposing end zone. He was not in the face of any other player. He spiked the ball as soon as he went out of bounds. It was his first catch of the night. And I guess they don't have a stat sheet in the officials, but they have to know the way a game's going. It's his first moment. And boop, out comes the flag. And then 345 Park Avenue should buzz in and say, buzz off.
Oh, come on.
Yes, they should. There was last night, Renfro was brought down by his breastplate, and it looked like they had gotten him by the face mask. And 345 Park should buzz in and say, pick the flag up. We see on replay right now, he didn't get the face mask. If you could see it, and you could also have the ability to help what's going on in the field, use it. Use it.
I put that on Gruden. It's the fourth week of the season. This has been called consistently all preseason, all season so far. Why are you still doing this crap?
Well, that wasn't crap. You thought it was crap last night that he spiked the ball after catching his first catch?
No, but you should know that it's going to be penalized, so don't do it.
Or it shouldn't be penalized.
But that's not what we're arguing right now.
Yes, it is. I'm arguing.
It is being penalized.
That's why I'm saying
so
it
you have
shouldn't
to
be.
act accordingly. So you can't just play the result like that.
No, and
it is being penalized, so don't do it.
And I understand
it's just
you're
like diving into the end zone.
I know you're being consistent.
Like,
with
do it.
Don't reach for the pylon when you know that the rule is you're going to lose the football.
Not every team is getting these penalties called. Certain ones, and it's not a.
I just think
it happens.
I just think that it is a very emotional game, and we love the emotion as fans. That's why everyone wanted the celebrations to come back. And
I'm not saying the rule isn't stupid.
It is. That's why I'm saying
it's being called, so don't act that way.
Again, but he didn't do it like a Gronk wind up, spike the ball.
No,
it was a
like
catch. I had a rough game. I used to have Darren Waller in fantasy. I've seen him do this a lot. He catch the ball like, let's
he
go.
Didn't turn to the Chargers and spike in their face.
And that's why it's coaching. That's on Gruden. Hey, you got to stop doing this. Obviously, he hasn't been told that.
In the meantime, I just think it's so foolish. The whole thing is just a waste of energy, and all it does is serve to piss off the players and the fans. I don't know who it's serving. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.